All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to jump right into a question that is, well, surprisingly high stakes for pretty much any homeowner with an air conditioner. It's a debate that happens in utility closets all over the country, and getting the answer wrong could literally cost you thousands. So let's get this one right.
Okay, so here's the big question. When it comes to cleaning out your AC drain line, should you be reaching for that bottle of bleach or that simple jug of vinegar? It seems like such a tiny decision, but as we're about to find out, it's one you really, really want to get right.
And believe me, picking the wrong one is a big deal. It can actually lead to corrosion, toxic fumes circulating in your home, and even a complete system meltdown. This isn't just about cleaning, it's about protecting one of the most expensive and important appliances you own.
So why all the fuss? Why is this so critical? Well, it all comes down to this one small but absolutely essential part of your AC system. This little guy right here is the condensate drain line. As your AC is running, it's pulling all that sticky humidity out of the air. This pipe has one single job, to get all that water safely out of your house. It sounds simple, but it is absolutely essential for the whole system to work. But here's the problem. That dark, damp pipe, it's like a five-star resort for algae, mold, and all sorts of other gunk. They just love it in there. And over time, it builds up and builds up until, bam, it gets clogged, just like a blocked artery. When that happens, the water backs up, your AC shuts down, and you're left with a huge, wet, and very expensive problem. Now, naturally, when you think, I need to kill mold and bacteria, your brain probably goes straight for the bleach, right? I mean, it's the heavy-duty cleaner we all grab when we mean business. But in this case, its incredible power is exactly what makes it so dangerous. And look, don't get me wrong, bleach will absolutely destroy any gunk in that pipe. No question about it. But the real story here is the collateral damage it's doing to your very expensive HVAC system in the process. So, using bleach creates three huge risks. First, the fumes it gives off are extremely corrosive. They can actually eat away at the delicate aluminum evaporator coils inside your unit, causing leaks. Not good. Second, it can make the PVC pipe itself brittle and weak over time. And maybe the scariest part, if that line backs up, those toxic bleach fumes can get sucked right into your home's air supply. So if the powerhouse cleaner is off the table, what's the solution? Well, it's time to introduce our unlikely hero, the safer and frankly much smarter choice. Yep, it's just plain old distilled white vinegar. I know, it might not sound as aggressive or as powerful as bleach, but its acidity is more than enough to handle the algae and mold that cause clogs. And it does it all without waging a chemical war on your AC unit's most sensitive parts. And I mean, this table just says it all, doesn't it? When you look at safety for your coils, for the pipes, and for the air you breathe, vinegar is the clear winner, all the way down. Bleach is just a hazard across the board. So even though bleach might be a bit stronger, vinegar is perfectly effective for the job we need it to do, and it does it without any of those really dangerous side effects. Okay, so we've seen all the evidence, we've compared the two contenders. I think it's time we make the final call in this little maintenance matchup. So after weighing the risks, the potential for corroding your coils, degrading your pipes, and possibly pumping toxic fumes into your house, the question pretty much answers itself, doesn't it? The clear, safe, and effective winner is vinegar. It gets the job done without putting your $1,000 equipment or your family's air quality at risk. And here's the bottom line, coming straight from the experts. Even if bleach seems like the stronger option, the risk of causing catastrophic, expensive damage to your system, it's just not worth it. The risk is so much greater than the reward. Okay, so now that you know the what and the why, let's get down to the how. Here is your super simple, totally safe action plan to keep that drain line flowing smoothly. And you're going to love how easy this is. First, and this is super important, always turn your AC system completely off at the thermostat, safety first. Then, go find the access tee on your PVC drain line. It's usually a little capped pipe sticking up, and uncap it. Now, just slowly pour about a cup of regular white vinegar right into the pipe. Let it sit there for about 30 minutes to work its magic, then put the cap back on and turn your system back on. That's it. You're done.
And the best part? This little 2-minute task only needs to be done once a month. For just a few bucks a year in Vinegar, you can prevent hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars in repairs. It is one of the absolute best investments you can make in your home.
So the big takeaway here is that the strongest solution isn't always the smartest one. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? What other common household hacks, these little quick fixes we all use, might actually be doing more harm than good? It's definitely something to think about.